Hello everybody, I'm Snock, and today I am in fact casting a Yomi game. This is the IYL. I don't even know which. No, this is not the IYL. What am I talking about? This is Topanda. This is IamNobody versus JengaJam. We've got a Troc mirror, and yep. Both players not particularly large hands, but IamNobody with one attached block, JengaJam with none but an extra card. Life total's pretty much even. And I haven't really been paying attention to what's going on while I was setting up the stream and everything. And there we go, throwing the 4 attack into the king. That's unfortunate, so that's definitely a combat win for JengaJam. Yeah, I feel like I've been out of the loop of Tournament Yomi for a while, and I can't really remember who plays what is going on with anything. Okay. I'm just paying attention to see whether I'm going to get a co-caster, but apparently not. So it's just going to be me. I'm just going to be talking. Oh no! Look at that. I think that was a silent eagle totem. I wasn't even paying attention to any power-ups, but that is a queen undercutting an eagle totem. The good move, not as good as one might hope. Life total still very even, and the stomping begins. This card's a 4. Yeah, it's pretty much a nothing card for Troc. Oh, we're going to see the cycle. Kind of low hand, but no, just one more stomp. And there is a second queen. Clashes with JengaJam's own queen, so... I don't know who was happier with that trade, to be honest, at this point. I guess in a disadvantaged position, JengaJam is kind of happy to get out of that without too many problems, but there's a second war stomp. This card's an 8, which I suppose is a slightly more valuable card as a throw follow-up, or... well, yeah, pretty much as a throw follow-up. So, there we go. Okay, blocks the J. Gets his first attached ace. That is 3 chip, though, from the slow side of the Jack. Yep. I mean, in this matchup, well, the mirror, I suppose the slow side is pretty much the better. Because if we look at Troc's speeds here, we can see that there is nothing in between 2.2 and 3.4. So, yeah, why would you not play the... thing? I have priority. Oh, Troc mirrors. Okay, throws away a dodge. I mean, when he's got 4 cards in hand, he probably doesn't have that much of a choice. He has been got. Yeah, so both players very low on cards. Let's look at the discards. I think I've seen a lot of... okay, 1 king, 2 queens, 2 jacks on IamNobody's side, 3 kings, 2 queens, and 2 aces on JengaJam's side. So yeah, IamNobody with the stronger cards in hand and closes it out with the eagle totem. Beats that 2 throw, and that was a good start to the game. Now, is JengaJam going to stick with his Troc, or are we going to go onto the old carousel? Onto the carousel of 20XX. We shall see. We shall see shortly. And there we go. We have swapped onto the Geiger. IamNobody posting things. So yes, this is supposedly a Geiger mirror, but of course execution does... well, I say execution, I mean play execution in general, not as in, you know, the physical act of dragging cards from from your hand into the game. I mean, clearly play can beat play, and there is a nice early jack beating out a king there. Question is, does he have the second king? He probably does, because he's Troc, and you always have the second king. But is he going to play it? Is Guy going to start blocking, or is he going to? Does he have more time spirals to throw out? So of course this matchup, supposedly Geiger advantage because of the nature of time spirals. There we go. There is another time spiral, and we shall see in a moment. Yeah, if your opponent takes block damage from a time spiral, no innate abilities, so Troc does not get to attach this block, and he does get thrown, so he loses a block. Does have the Joker. That's interesting. Jokering the time stop. I mean, I guess it's cards. Joker's not as useful against Geiger once he has time distortion up, temporal distortion. And wow, very early temporal distortion with gets his jack back. Maybe he does have just the godliest hand known to man. So he's got knockdown. He's presumably in a strong position if he's got a hand to back up this temporal distortion. Or is he just trying to bait out a queen attempt from Trock to block? But no, he gets thrown straight out. So he clearly didn't have as much of a hand as he was trying to threaten. Just takes 14 damage and loses his TD. More importantly than the damage at this point in the game. So still both players on medium-sized hands. 7 cards for Trock and 5 cards after JengaJam's played his combat card. So some high value cards gone already. We've seen 2 jacks, he's still got 1 jack in hand. We've seen a temporal distortion go. Geiger is going to have to start to try and build a hand, as far as I can tell. I mean, I played neither of these players, I'm just saying what general impressions I get. But yep, does stuff that time spiral into a 2. So he's going to continue to work through Trock's, sizable HP at this point. I can probably leave this caster's channel right now, since nobody's going to join me in my casting opportunities. So both players having a good think about these combat choices. And there we go, another jack into a king. Is that the second king, or is that the first king? That is the second king that has been stuffed by a J. 3 jacks gone for JengaJam now, though. So he's, drawn a lot of time spirals early. And he has made good use of them, actually, in fact. So 2 of them, beat throws, and 1 of them successfully getting a time stop. But there we go. IamNobody finally getting a block off into that 2 poke. 2 kings down from IamNobody's side as well, though. And a Joker as well. So both players having played some valuable cards at this point. On the other hand, JengaJam having got 3 jacks into his discard, that does power up his... Oh, another time spiral, wow. Only barely 10 cards drawn, and he's drawn 4 time spirals. So, I mean, I assume he's going to throw him. Yep, there we go. With a 7, but, throw's a throw. When you only have 5 cards in hand, sometimes you only have the 1 throw. So, last time we had this, yep, no, there is another TD. But with so many time spirals gone already, it just seems unlikely that that he's managed to draw any more that he hasn't played. So, IamNobody throwing in this position last time and does it again and gets called out. There is the 5. That's a good. I like that play from both players, I suppose. IamNobody not scared to go in on the temporal distortion turn, and JengaJam well aware of that and taking advantage with the 5. So no face down here. He's just going to combo. Wow, that's all 4 jacks. Wait, no, it's not. That's 3 jacks, but 3 jacks and 2 queens in the top dozen cards of JengaJam's deck. So those are some strong draws. Trock now down to 38 life, which is not even, that's like not even a medium-sized Geiger combo, especially with TDs still up. 4 cards in hand though, so with all these time spirals gone, you can't have anything left, right? Yeah. And there we go. That's a second block from IamNobody. So he is now at maximum hyuk. So he's getting good value from his normals, his normal attacks, and his normal throws, and Beast Unleash probably not an option with no power-ups from either player yet, but, maybe he's just drawn all 3 aces. Dodges a king. That's definitely something you want to do as Trock in this matchup, and he did have it, wow! Okay, this game got interesting. This game got very interesting. Dodges into the Silent Beast Unleashed. evens up those life totals. And that will also knock Geiger's Temporal Distortion off. 3 cards left. IamNobody gets his blocks back as well. Both of which were 6s, so he can power up as well. He's there. That's put Trock into a very strong position here, I think. With the card and a small life advantage. Dodges the second king. Okay, there we go. We're seeing some draws in this game. Okay, just a normal throw. Of course, has lost his aces, so only 8 damage. But he's got the knockdown. And he's got all his jacks, all his queens. Yeah, he's doing all right. Does guess correctly. Doesn't hit the cross up there. So Geiger can start to repair his hand at this point. Try and build up to a big TD combo and finish off Trock after he did a sizable chunk of early damage. There's the a second TD? I thought that was a... okay, yeah, so that was the discard. That is the third TD. Wow. These are some draws. Okay. IamNobody continuing to play very quickly. JengaJam taking his time a bit more. No knockdown on this Temporal Distortion turn. I think that's the first time, so we'll see how the players handle this. He's played 2 kings in a row, and there's 4 time spirals in the discard, 1 known in hand from the Temporal Distortion. Let's just look at Trock's discard. He's played 1 joker, 3 aces, so no threat of super moves, or, well, good move, or Beast Unleashed at this point. Beast Unleashed clearly off the table without any attached aces for Trock. He's played 2 dodges as well. Well, there's the throw. Has he thrown every time off Temporal Distortion? He has thrown every time off his Temporal Distortion, I suppose, with so many... okay, let's the 7 go. That's fine for both players. Trock still in a commanding position here. He's got knockdown, he's got within a lethal combo, and he's going to power up those 6s that he picks up. For 1 ace, and power up some jacks for the 2nd ace. Okay, so Eagle Totem now very real. Would be lethal, of course. So a throw combo, of course, also lethal if Geiger has not drawn a joker. But, I mean, he's drawn so many other good cards, he can't possibly have drawn a joker as well. Right? Right? So JengaJam, right on the cusp of his timer, throws out the Cycloid. Beats a 7 attack. What is... wow. This game. There we go, 20 damage, and this game is very much in the balance, I think. This is... well, I'm glad I decided to cast this one. Still, 4-card Geiger is going to struggle to do 20 damage with 2 aces in the discard. So, I think it's still advantage Trock at this point with Eagle Totem, but he gets it dodged! Throws it out. JengaJam is wise to that, so what's this, just a normal throw, or, yeah, just a 10. So he has knockdown, king is lethal here, if it lands. Throw is not lethal without a follow-up. So, 3-card Geiger against, well, 5-card Trock until he played his combat card. 3 of Trock's aces in the discard, so no Eagle Totem threat. What do we get? We get Uphawk. Okay. Still on. Was that the 4th jack? I think that was the 4th jack. The 3rd jack. It's hard to keep track when he's pulling them back from his discard all the time. IamNobody's still playing very quickly here. Very quickly and very confidently. He's going to game up in this best of 7, I think. I should know this. But there we go. 2nd Eagle Totem closes it out for IamNobody to go 2 up. And I'll take advantage of this break in the games to check exactly how many games this is. I assume it's a best of 7, right? Yes, it is a best of 7 in the Swiss phase of the of this Topanda tournament, the Invitational tournament. Supposedly one of the premiere rounds of the Yomi tournament scene, and we stick it out. I'm going to be taking the supposedly disadvantaged matchup there. And there is the turn 1 king, of course. Doesn't get hit by the jack this time. Geiger has run out of time spirals. I mean, your king has done 15 damage, it's done its job. You're happy with that as Trock. You're not too upset as Geiger there, because, I mean, some kings are going to land and it's only a 10 you've lost, so... A slight edge to Trock on that combat, but nothing to write home about. He's going to continue to block here, yeah. Both players blocking. So we might see some slightly larger hands this game. Because both players never really went above... I don't think that either of them were ever above 7 cards that whole last game. But never mind that. We've got time spirals. Why would you not just play a queen? Catches the throw, and why would you play into this? Yep. Okay. So it's just a 7. Reasonably useful card for Trock, but I suppose it's fine to throw away. Prevent some damage. You've still got the life lead, you have 2 games up, so I think you're quite happy. So I'm not sure of the exact standings overall in this Topanda tournament. Let me dig out here. Trock's going to outthrow Geiger. That's the second time we've seen a 3 beat a 9. No follow-up. Oh wait, no, there was a follow-up. Thrown to 8. No blocks attached, so it's just 16. Only 16 damage for 2 cards. That's barely value at all, right? Oh, grapplers. Okay. Let's load this up. Can I see the standings and challenge? Should be able to. Blocks a king. Yet to land a king from the Geiger side of this. He had 2 dodged last game and now 1 blocked. Does get to attach a block now, so that's unfortunate for JengaJam. Okay. Yeah, so this is the second game for both of these players. DieMyDarling won last round and JengaJam lost. Blocks another time spiral, so I assume this is going to get thrown. Yep, so last round DieMyDarling beat RatXT1 4-3, and... oh, there is the Joker though. So I guess that's value for Trock, he gets cards, and again... Joker's not really that crucial against Geiger. I suppose they're useful to beat out Cycloid Revolutions as, you know, a 0.0 speed attack. And JengaJam lost to Phoenix of the Ashes 4-1 in round 1. So, that's the player's record so far. But another Temporal Distortion has gone up. Gets back a queen. 1 queen left in the discard. IamNobody threw every single Temporal Distortion turn last game. Is he going to keep that up? He is not. He's going to get his queen beaten out by a flash gear. So, JengaJam finally managing to land one of those kings. Gets 10 damage in. Beats that high value Trock's fastest attack. And gets to continue his advantage time. Only 7 cards in hand though. So it's not a terrifying hand, but there we go. Okay, he stuffs the king. What has he got to follow this up with? This is the question. This might be a very disappointing Geiger combo. He's got a jack. Yep. 16 points of damage. I mean, it's pretty efficient, but it's, you know, it's not that good. Okay, War Stomp. War Stomp. What a card. Such skill. Alright, R&D. It's It's a good time to R&D with 3 TDs in the discard, so gets to do some deck sorting. What's he looking for here at this point? I mean, 2 kings, so if he sees another king, he's definitely picking that up. More time spirals, I guess, or I suppose it's nice to make sure that you have both varieties of block. Attacks to beat out kings, although 2 have gone already for Troc, so kings maybe not such a concern at this point. But there we go. You're just going to block. Temporal Distortion still up. Life total completely even, but there is another War Stomp. Now I'm interested because that's the second time we've seen War Stomps from Troc, and well, in the previous game he's played War Stomps on consecutive terms rather than trying to chain them. And Geiger was quite low hand at one point, so I'm not sure if he's just top decking them or whether he's actually deliberately saving them to take advantage of knockdown. But there we go, block again. So no, not really that much value from War Stomp, although Troc now up to 10 cards, so he is doing alright. Guy gets another R&D off. I mean, R&D on sequential terms is kind of bad, right? Because you don't actually, like, you're supposed to draw. In theory, you should draw through the cards you've put on top of your deck with the first R&D, and then you play the second R&D, and you get to control your draws even further. So that's interesting. That's not something I would have done as Geiger, but I'm a terrible Geiger player, so I have no idea. Maybe I should just steal some tech from these players. But now that after some fairly aggressive plays in the first couple of games, things have quietened down a bit. We've got some blocking, we've got some powering up. That's 1 confirmed ace in hand from JengaJam. Nothing from Troc either. But yeah, still 1 attached block from IamNobody, so no Beast Unleashed just yet. But I suspect he's going to try and keep blocking to build up towards that 45 damage nuke. Loses a dodge. That's definitely a combat win for Geiger. That's what? Quite a few of Troc's dodges gone already. 3 out of 8. Now 4 out of 8. Discards an 8th throw. So all R&D's gone, but it's not a particularly crucial ability in any matchup. This one as well. Oh, we have a pause. WTF. What's going on here? Oh, is this some drama? Is this some drama happening right now? Oh. Oh no. That's unfortunate. So he played the 8, but clearly due to lag, he ended up playing it as the discard from War Stomp. That is... Okay, that's like... But that's R&D on 3 consecutive terms. I guess that's like a lag issue. We've got TD5ek in disguise as random letters and numbers there. So I'm not sure what the rule is here. Yeah, I'm really not sure what he's trying to gain out of these sequential R&Ds. I mean, you get to... I suppose you get to draw all the cards you're ordering, but... yeah, there's not really anything you can do about that. Okay, he does land the throw now. That's the end of Geiger's Temporal Distortion. He's not going to face down on a lowish hand, so that's reasonable. Troc given full leeway to take advantage of his big hand to do a decent sized throw. Yep, there we go, 18 damage. Max damage off a throw with 1 attached block. Obviously, not a normal throw, not Well, no, that is literally max damage off throw, because Beast Unleash is not available to you. But this is... Well, that's kind of put a small tarnish on this, but... yeah, I don't know. I think IamNobody is still playing fairly well. He is controlling the game. Although he gets his Jack block. Now he plays a slow Jack against Geiger. Let's just take a look at Geiger's speeds here. It does lose to Jacks and fast Jack, which fast Jack would beat, and it only ties with a Queen as opposed to beating it outright. Okay. Yeah, I suppose that's still reasonable. Okay. Sticks a king. Whatever else going to happen. So that is the second power up from Geiger. So he does now have Cycloid confirmed in hand, I think. He's going to play another TD. And I can't remember if IamNobody threw on the last TD, but he threw every single TD apart from possibly the last one. Maybe they went block last time, or block dodge or something. I'm not sure. There's certainly at least every time it's been knocked down. But no, he's got a queen. He's playing a queen, and he's going to beat that Jack. So, yep, got to be happy with that for Chalk. Nice little variation there. After lots of throws, slip in a queen. And he's now only got 29 more hit points to get through on this Geiger to get himself within one game of taking this match for round 2 of the Topanda Swiss League. Okay, and there we go. Slow J not paying off for him this time. Gets stuffed by another Jack. Only 8 damage though, because Temporal Distortion did get knocked off, so it doesn't get a chance to do linkers. So yeah, I mean, it's not that much of a big deal, I suppose. You can be happy. You've still got the life lead. You've still got the card lead. I mean, you would have obviously been happier to block that and get your second attached block for maximum Hyuk and big throws and Beast Unleashed threat, but not actually seen any aces of either kind from Chalk. Dodges a queen, so are we going to see an Eagle Totem here? But no, you just play Eagle Totem, so it's just a normal throw. Okay, that's fine. Now Eagle Totem is very real, and he's going to power up for it. So yep, of course, it is lethal at this point. Throw not lethal. So JengaJam's going to go all in and try and close this out with a Temporal Distortion. But with 4 time spirals in the discard, it's not that threatening. And I suppose you've got aces still. He does have TSH in hand as well as Cycloid, obviously, because one is the opposite side of the other. But IamNobody continuing to play quickly and confidently. You just spam Eagle Totem. You do just spam Eagle Totem, and there it is. Taking the second game, or the second game against Geiger, taking him up to 3-0 now. And he just needs to win one more, so he can take... yeah, so he can take a loss now in this disadvantaged matchup and change to something that he's more comfortable with. If, well, as much as he's displayed that he's uncomfortable with this matchup, I think he's going to be... yeah, the pressure really is on JengaJam to make the comeback here now. Is this a third turn 1 king? I really hope it is. Wait, no, I hope it isn't. Fuck Trock. Right? Okay, no, it's just a Jack. The guy I can't even remember Guy getting a successful block off before now. I mean, they've gone block and block dodge a few times, but he's not blocked an attack that I can remember until that combat right there. So Geiger finally managing to build some cards, do what he likes to do and just stall for time until he can blow you up with a big temporal distortion combo. What are we going to see now? Okay, sticking out a 5 because he's suspicious that we've not seen any kings yet, so there's clearly a king coming soon. But he's going to get a 2 attached to the big bull. And of course no normal draw because of defense mastery. So Trock very happy with that, and wow, IamNobody knows what's going on. Once he got here that he's dodging into, it is a king, of course. Sick of getting them stuffed by time spirals, it's just dodging into them. Yeah, that works. That beats time spirals. How can you beat time spirals? You just dodge. That is how you beat time spirals. Okay, JengaJam continuing to use his time. That's the thing. That's definitely... I think that's fairly characteristic of both players. Okay, so Captain is saying, yeah, the worst play possible. 20 versus AA, and he threw. Yeah? I mean... yeah. Well, I mean, the thing with Yomi and analysing plays after you see the results is... yeah, if they didn't work, it's very easy to say, well, that was clearly a very stupid play. I mean, yeah, so Trock played a king, a queen even, and if that beat a time spiral, I would now be praising him, but it hit a block, so I'm going to say that was a win for Geiger, who's now up to 11 cards, down 20 life points, which is fairly insignificant at this point in the game. But yeah, block king ace ace is what Captain is saying should be the range, and I think that is true. Especially when he had ace ace in hand and he didn't play it. But at the moment, that's another time spiral getting blocked for Trock's second attached ace. Does get the chip in, or not. What am I talking about? It's Geiger, of course. No attached aces. Never mind. And he immediately powers up for Cycloid. Okay. So what are we going to see from here? So no temporal distortion this time. I feel like IamNobody might still throw because he's just rude like that. Nope, okay. He's just going to block. Yeah, that seems reasonable. How many spirals have we seen? We've seen 2 spirals. Jack, Queen, King from Trock as far as face cards go. But yeah, both players, there's not really much to say at this early stage. We're going to see another time spiral hit Trock's blocks. No Joker this time. He's jokered a few of these time stop combos, which I suppose is reasonable. Like, I mean, you're saving 8 damage and getting cards, so I mean, it's better than nothing. And your Jokers don't work against Temporal Distortion Geiger, of course. So they're only really useful for counterplay against Cycloid. But there we go, he lands the mix-up this time. 5, pretty decent play, beats King, beats even block. And what does he have to follow this up with? Into a face down. He has nothing, and the face down isn't real, so just going to even up the life totals. Both players now sitting at 70 hit points. Oh great. Oh great. I love Trock. I love Trock so much. Okay, who cares about 3s? That's fine. There was a lot of thought to discard that 3 though, so What are the low-value cards is JengaJam hiding in his hand? Is it going to be one of these? It's a 6. Okay. That block is going to get attached. Shirk, I believe, is the appropriate thing to say at this point. Oh, this captain has been saying things in Twitch chat, and I've not been paying attention. Oh, I assume that was back for the back when he threw into ace last game. But there's a lot coin skewer. Yep, get king, play king. It's a good card. I mean, still, it's you're still at a reasonable combo. I mean, you have more than 45 hit points, right? That's not good though. You don't like that to happen when Trock has 2 attached blocks. Still no powering up, so it's just a 3rd king. Okay, now these kings are hurting because all 3 of the kings that he has played have landed. I think in general, IamNobody has a very good. Well, okay. Now the first couple of games he got a few of them stuffed by face cards. But this game, and I think the latter half of the previous game, he did very well with his kings. And, yep, it's got him into a 30 hit point advantage. And he's going to dodge another king. Not having much luck with those flash gears. And, yeah, JengaJam's not in a really good spot here. It looks like this might be a 4-0. I'm not sure if that is the first one we're going to have seen this Topanda, but it's certainly looking like a possibility at the moment. Oh wow, there's chat going on all over the place. And the Cycloid Revolution gets blocked. It doesn't get to attach it, but you know, that's 2 of your aces. Well, that's both of your aces, presumably, at this point. Okay, yeah, he can immediately get them back, so very safe play for him just to throw that out there. I mean, it would have been very sad if that had got gold bursted, but it's not really been a thing that IamNobody has been doing with his jokers. It's just been using them to bluff time stop plays, which is reasonable, I suppose. There's another queen. Queen's very handy to beat out those time spirals. So he retains his commanding position. Not got lethal off throws or ace though. Just that 1 extra hit point. Yep. Yeah, and Captain pointing out that that ace was very safe. Because we've not seen any powering up. All 3 kings have gone, so there's not really any good dodge follow-up from Trock's side. And if he had the 8s to power up, or was it 8s or 9s or whatever, he could power straight back up for it, so... R&D and Temporal Distortion now. So he's got to take a sizable chunk out of Trock's hit points before this Temporal Distortion falls off, or it's all over for him in this round. So he's doing the things he needs to do at least, but now he has to actually win combat and convert his advantage time. Okay. Dodging a queen is a good start. I assume this will be into a normal throw for knockdown. Or Cycloid, I guess. If you don't face down, you can take that 30 damage. So he's still got Temporal Distortion up. He now has no ace, well, presumably no aces, although he would have pumped that a 4th time. He's going to stick a king into a block. Yeah, whatever. That's kind of sad, I suppose. 2 kings down, 3 queens, so it's probably not that big a deal either way around, I think. So Geiger is now somewhat low on cards. By which I mean he's very low on cards. And there's... yeah. His temporal distortion threat is not that big at the moment. I don't think. With, well, 3 time spirals and 3 aces. I suppose, yeah, the aces are the main source of damage in temporal distortion. As opposed to 7 or 9 from your jacks and queens. And you know, there's no threat of aces at all with 3 visible in the discard. So, yeah, IamNobody just needs to close out those final 21 hit points. Yep, I'm just going to block. Neither player really has a strong enough play that they want to commit at this point, I think. Got lots of jacks left for Trock, but still a decent chunk of his deck left. Decent chunk of Geiger's deck left as well. And lands his 4th king. I think that's 4 kings out of 4 landed this game for IamNobody. So, yeah, good value for that. Knocks off the temporal distortion. And hopefully, it should be fairly straightforward for him to close this one out. What are Geiger's main threats here, really? I mean, I feel like Trock has a lot of throws left. He's got all his 2s, a couple of 3s, some 5s, yeah. Can't really block. And a lot of normals played, so... And there is the jack to finish things off. That's it, 4-0, IamNobody. Yep. Indeed, as Captain was saying, just throw, but of course it's an attack to close it out because, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed my completely incompetent casting. I will probably cut this down and upload it. So that was the 2nd round of the Topanda Swiss tournament. IamNobody takes it 4-0 over JengaJam. There are plenty more rounds to go. I might catch some more, I might not. Please let me know if you've enjoyed my casting, or if you have any pointers for me to not talk complete nonsense anymore. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye. Where's OBS gone? Where is OBS?